Councillor Richard McRae.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you for your report, Miller. Will the leader ask this council to instruct or work with the planning department to try and get the properties at the end of Derby Road in Stapleford back into use now? Hopefully the safeguarded area has been lifted with what's happened with HS2. They've been a bit of a mess for a while, and I think they've not been able to do anything because it's been a safeguarded area. And while we're talking about the high street, you have mentioned the investment we've had, which is really good. So thank you to the officers that's been working very hard on that in the background. We just go to meetings and say yes and no. They're doing a lot of work, so thank you for that. But also, can they also look at the two shops opposite Larry's? There is other pubs in Stapleford as well that's good to go to, but it is near that one. There's two properties there, one full of pigeons. I'm sure there's some kind of health and safety implications there. I know the pigeons have got to go somewhere, but I'm sure there's a better place inside a shop. And the other one, part of it's fell off this week, and it's quite dangerous. And there's actually no frontage to the shop, it's just a piece of wood. And I'm worried, as are others, and I know other councillors have raised concerns. It's not, I'm just saying something here, but I think we all support this in Stapleford. If something can be done to try and get those tidied up, whether it's someone decorating them, you know, we've got some quite arty people in Stapleford, if that's a thing. But somebody needs to get hold of the owners of them buildings and just say to them, look, enough's enough, tidy it up, because it's letting us down as people are coming into Stapleford. Thank you.
Thank you.
On Richard McRae, the issue about the safeguarding land, one of the big madnesses of the HS2 was when everything was being put on hold, was the fact that they then put a safeguard on the land for a period of somewhere in the region of about 80 years. So that site is actually preserved and protected for 8 years. We're still waiting for confirmation whether that will be lifted. And if you like mildly amusing stories, you'll see that HS2 on the Monday completed the purchase of an estate for £28 million the day before the Chancellor scrapped HS2. So it's a nonsense. The amount of money that's been poured into the pockets of so-called consultants and experts to put forward a scheme which they've now scrapped on the grounds that they're trying to save money. We could have regenerated the whole of the north of England. It's nonsense. And people in Broxtowe, it's not just Stapleford. You look across at Stapleford, you look at Strelly, you look at Trowey, you look at Nuttall, right the up the M1 corridor through Ashfield, right the way through. That land's been safeguarded for a maximum of 80 years. What's now the situation for those people whose homes have been blighted? What's going to happen now? If we wait for this government to make a decision, it will never happen in the lifetime of this Parliament. But Madam Mayor,